there was a sneak peek into the later in the race. A little bit of a scary exit. This is the 25th annual opening race at Galletta's Greenhouse backyard Go-Kart Speedway. We've been doing it since the 1990s. And since 95 for points, but we've been driving.
I think probably you guys got a swap.
For points every year since 95, and racing overall since the early 90s. Started with two cars, all custom, homemade, and this prefabricated stuff. We're just doing it for fun for 25 years. And you'll have to apologize in the background. The daughters, the eldest daughters of Chris and Matt, Faith and Lily Beth Stevens are up in the tower.
We gotta go round
with camerawoman Stevens.
Go round one.
And they are cheering for their daddies to forgive them. I guess they're commentators for this evening. So we have Andrew Hook in the 0, Dennis Richmond in the 6, Steve Perez in the 7, Travis Bartlett in the 5, Greg Blanchard in the 33C, Nick Olivares in the 1, Zachary Blanchard in the 28, Eric Woolworth in the 78, Kelly Miller in the 9, Chris Stevens in the 8, Nick Stevens in the 3, Melissa Stevens in the 80. Kevin Galletta tried to give it a go, but understandable with his brother passing away in the off-season. You know, he's going to need a little while to recover, understandable. And, wow. And he gets off to a really good start in Galletta's Greenhouse number 0. It's all printed an ignored cart because it's small, but it's a fast car. Usually one of my favorites to hop into. This is our first regular season double file start. Usually we always start single file, except for our classic 200 lapper at the season's end. But not today. We're trying something new. We change it up, make things a little interesting. The handicap stick can sometimes get boring, and passing is a premium, so at least at the start we make things interesting. Here we have a helmet cam on the inside that look like Nick Olivares and the Galletta's Greenhouse number 1 comes to a stop earlier. Dennis Richmond flew by the screen. He got a little sideways on the inside of the turn and got passed by the whole field. Chris was putting his hand up wondering where was the caution. Didn't come out, so he spaced out a little bit. A lot of times it's somewhat dangerous to just keep racing until you see the caution. But we only have one flagger here, Wesley Stevens.
Okay.
And he has Parkinson's, and it's really tough on him, but we had no volunteers. As we mentioned earlier, our cousin Brian Galletta.
You're up here, right?
Just trying to get everyone in their proper places for the restart. Brian Galletta, who was one of our longest members of our club. He raced with us in the 90s. He passed away in the off-season. His lifelong kidney issues, and we all miss him dearly. He used to, when he had to retire from racing, he would help us with flagging. And there's Wes,
different card, or
known as Wesley James Troger Stevens. Here at Gallettas, we do take timeouts to repair breakdowns within reason. Sometimes
the bearing. Oh boy.
It gets to the point where we're thinking we're a little too late. We have to draw a line at some point of the night. And we usually only have 3 timeouts per season per regular driver, and probably just 1 timeout per rookie / one and done driver, which are many over the years. Look at our all-time point standings. You'll see countless amounts of people that have raced once or twice and never raced again through our history. There's some maybe 400 names on there, and probably 2/3 of them are people that only race a couple times. And of course, I have to go ahead and put all of their names down. Painstakingly, by OCD or something. Battery low on Chris's. Say Chris, I'm talking to myself. I'm trying to be an announcer here. The battery ran out right there. We'll try to get the battery changed on the next intermission. Once again, Andy takes off. And Travis Bartlett comes out in second out of that big group. It was a slow restart for everyone after Andy and Travis come out of it. With little Harry there as the camera woman expressed concern when they're all tightly packed, stepping on the gas and getting into one. Somebody brings out the caution again on the back turn. Andrew seeking his first win at Gallettas. He now has SBS driver Travis Bartlett in back of him. Greg Blanchard, a member of the Didero pit crew, is in third.
I can.
And Chris is able to put in a backup battery here for this restart. Chris is he's not only waving to his wife in the tower there, he's also sending a signal on when to sync up the two videos for when we make these YouTube videos here. Alright, coming out of 4. Andrew again takes off rather nicely. Bartlett, Blanchard, and Kelly Miller. Ooh! Speaking of Kelly Miller, his son, Stephen Perez there. I don't know what happened. He lost control for a little bit. Bounced off the first turn wall, but he keeps going. Chris looks inside of Kelly right there on the helmet cam, but the caution did come out. The caution was very inconsistent here. Maybe 10-15 years ago, we used to have cornermen with throwing flags. We don't have that right now. It's just Chris and Matt's dad, Wes, who used to race with us before he retired. He had a scary wreck in 2007, plus he just feels like he don't want to race anymore. And we needed a flagger anyways. Who hates doing it, by the way. He kind of camera open. The camera open meeting up, huh? Stevens also isn't crazy about racing in general, and but she does it for her husband. I guess our dad does it for his kids. It's not his favorite thing in the world to do, though, especially when he miscounts the laps or misses a caution or a bad start goes and lets it go. It's been a history of bad starts in the Classic, and as you'll see later, we had some really weird starts that go against what our rules are supposed to be. We'll get back into that later. Andrew is putting some distance on there, but Travis now is keeping up. As you know, formed the Classic winning cart. Kyle Ritter won the, I believe it was the 2010 Classic with Travis Bartlett in the 5 Prestige, at least the Prestige's main cart. He won 2 Classics in a row. Chris is now in the helmet cam. You can see Chris is looking underneath Greg Blanchard. Oop, oop, oh, oh. A little bit sideways there. Greg got a little sideways and then come down, and him and Chris bumped. Nothing intentional. Just racing close. And now Greg seems to be slowing down to the back straight there. Chris is trying to look under him, but you have to understand Chris has the all-time winningest Go-Karter behind him, his brother Matt. And Chris has often said that he's one of the only people that knows how to hold off his brother, because if he isn't on the track, Matt wins almost every race he's in. Chris knows his tricks and somewhat slows him down. Oh, wait, but speaking of the devil, Chris a little upset there as Matt snuck by him. Chris got a little held up a little bit there, and Matt had a perfect opportunity slingshot. He's always waiting. He's always looking for a slingshot pass, and he got one there. Chris spots him. No, I ain't giving up that spot too easily. Matt does not like it. Ryan and his brother gives him a little bump, but he gave him one there. And I ain't giving up that position yet, son. Chris and Matt have only been racing since the early 90s. Chris tries to cut down underneath Greg and Matt. Oh, again he gets into Greg a little bit. He's trying to do what Matt did to him and trap. Oh, they're running side by side. This is some good racing right here with Chris and Matt. Chris has to back off. He sneaks up on Matt, gives him a little nudge again. And he got a little squirrely in that turn. Look out. Also, his nephew, Zach, Blanchard, he was a little sideways in that turn as well. Chris again, Matt's flipping him off, and Chris puts his hand up, and he's trying to race. The racing thing, a little bump here and there, as long as no one's wrecking, is understandable. But when you're trying to dislodge people causing wrecks, then they're putting penalties in place. Matt trying to look under Greg, and then Chris uses that attempt to slash, cut Matt off, and get the spot back. Now he's looking under Greg, and he thinks better of it because Matt's right there. Chris and Matt can pass each other back and forth 100 times when they're trying to pass somebody. Greg is fast, but he's a little right here. He's a little bit, he's not quite. Seems like he's a little tad bit squirrely here, and that gives an opportunity for Chris and Matt. He's only in his second season as a driver, and that is the zero of Andy. At some point a few laps earlier, he fell off the track, taking him out of contention for his first win. This puts Travis Bartlett in the lead, and we were told Travis, caution didn't even come out for number 0 who fell off the track. I guess we keep going. Once again, one of Wes's quirky, now here we go. The cars are slowing down, Matt's slowing down.
Now the caution comes out, now!
I don't know, went a lap or two there where the caution come out, but we kept going.
What the heck happened?
Chris here is getting frustrated with it as well. So, we have Travis Bartlett, as I was saying. He won his first race here was at the Classic, 2019 Classic. He ran very well, led laps, and was battling with Kelly for the lead for quite some time. He won a late post-classic fall race. And, see, here's what I was referring to earlier. Travis, we started a little early in turn 3. Traditionally, we start in between 3 and 4, and you cannot, no one can pass until the leader hits the cone in turn 4. I don't know if the cones are up right there. Sometimes at the start of the year, we're all behind because we have busy greenhouse season. But Travis was upset that he didn't get counted officially, but the fall races usually don't get called officially. Usually Classic is our last official race. We'll count them as bonus points, but or makeup points. And right there, Greg Blanchard got loose. I'm trying to wave to the starter Wesley Stevens, and yes, there is Greg. He's still getting the hang of it. He's getting better. He picked up a win last year, but he went off the track right there, right in front of Chris. So this now puts Travis Bartlett back in the lead, with Kelly Miller in second. Kelly, longtime veteran of as many local people know, his father had fame for racing and restoring race cars, and he raced super stocks, and known to race a super sometimes. Expensive. passes though. And this is a little bit of a problem here on these restarts, as some of these restarts are taking place in turn 3. A lot of this track, our rules are it starts, the leader sets the pace, but doesn't go too fast or too slow. And they're allowed to get on it in between 3 and 4. And no one can pass anyone until the cones in 4. When the leader hits the cones, then anyone can try passing it. And the goal for anyone from first place to last place on the track is to watch the leader, because we don't have a starter in the corner. You have to watch the leader and stay in line, and you can't get out of line until the leader hits those cones in turn 4. Wesley Stevens has known to destroy the cones in the past, mowing and weed eating, so I don't know if they're there. I bought some new cones. We'll see if we'll put them up there for next week. Things are all out of sorts at the start of the race. Oh, look out now! Travis has spun out, and Kelly Miller goes flying off the track. Kelly Miller, with 1 lap to go. Chris Stevens saying flip, flip. They were all by themselves. That was the last lap. Kelly there flipping over the 9. Travis helping him up. Travis got sideways. We'll try to see it again here. Breaking it up. Got sideways. Kelly was a man on a mission trying to keep up with him, try to pass him. And he was so close he had nowhere to go. It was either hit Travis or go off the track. And once again, the track is not ready because of the busy greenhouse season. There was some super modified tires over there, and it caused Kelly, I think, to flip where I'm not sure if he would have flipped if those tires weren't there. I've said many times before, the tires too close to the track is a danger that makes for crashes that wouldn't happen. It should be in front of the greenhouses and not...
You okay? It was a wild flip! Wow!
Too close to the track. Somebody put them too close to the track. That's a danger. I don't know who did that, but...
You okay?
Just have to go up and check.
I can't get up. My car will stall.
The 8 apparently has a leaking head gasket. And it stalls if he lets off the gas. He's got to baby the pedal a little bit until... It's been affecting the 8 since late last year. As Richmond helps Kelly out. Kelly's ribs were sore, and I narrate this later on. Afterwards, I put the video together, score it, and narrate it. And as an update, spoiler alert: Kelly actually hurt his ribs. I might have heard he broke a couple ribs. So he'll be out of action, racing action at least, but he's looking forward to still checking out the action. Here is, and Nick. Nick was in second place, but now he brings out the caution. With, again, 1 lap to go. Oh, carts are dropping like flies here. Nick, Olivares, Chain might have went. He was in second place. Very frustrating for anyone. Nick has 1 win under his belt and could have had a few more, probably if he didn't break while he was up front. Here we go again. It's Chris and Matt. Lo and behold, they didn't break. They didn't pass anyone. They didn't break, and they're in first and second. So that should be a lesson to everyone. Try not to break your carts. You might inherit the lead, as this is what happened with Chris. As you can see, Chris wasn't able to keep up with Travis and Kelly, but picks up the win because those two wrecked themselves out of first and second. So Chris Stevens, Matt Stevens, Zach Blanchard, Travis Bartlett, Greg Blanchard, and Andrew Hook, who was the early dominator of the race, walking away in the 0 and inexplicably went off the track, I believe. At some point of the race, he went off the track and nobody saw him, and Travis inherited the lead, and no one knew where Andrew went. So, congratulations to myself, I guess. Yours truly, Chris Stevens. My wife hates it when I say yours truly, but what else do I say?
Sorry, ladies and gents. This is the best we can do for today because late night and our camera person is gone. So, Enjoy.
Something leaking head gasket or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Try Kevin's then.
Do I need weight?
Try that. It's probably...
So we had a leaking head gasket in the 8. It wouldn't restart. Chris is now hopping into the 43, which is usually Kevin Galletta's ride, the former Brian Galletta vehicle.
Damn it.
Kevin was unable to drive, and all the other carts are either broken down or being used. So Chris is hopping in the 43, going to give it a test run. One can help out Kevin if need be. See how it goes. The start is Dennis Richmond, Steve Perez, Travis Bartlett, Craig Blanchard, Nicolas, Olivares, Ellie Miller, Matt Stevens, newcomer George Kalkowski, and the rest of the crew left before the start of the second feature. Fill out the rest of the field. And the double file, we kind of sort of invert the order of the first, except for prior winners. Still have to start in the rear. We got to make things fair, otherwise Chris and Matt and Kelly, people that have won many races before, will start up front. It's just it's not an entertaining race to watch. Not very competitive, because usually when those guys take off, it's bye-bye. It's a track that really dark right there. It looked like a light went out. This is a little bit of danger here when the lights go out. We need more flaggers, because somebody has to throw a flag here. We need some danger zone when that happens. We're not a professional speedway. We're just a backyard track. We got lots of lights up, custom carts, all that good stuff. When the lights go out, sometimes somebody hit a extension cord somewhere, and off the light went. One time, Fred Collins, a crazy man, used to race with us. Quite the character he was. One time he took out a extension cord and drove it all the way around the track. It was wound around his bumpers. That was pretty weird. Pretty humorous, but Matt Stevens now in the 74, which is actually his brother Chris's friend. It was a former flat cart. Used to race on asphalt and on a Sweeto cartway with various prior owners. The person that used to race against it, actually, the Sweeto cartway. It was owned by Joe Hayden. Been rebuilt a few times and adapted for our backwards, as everyone calls it, style of racing, because we turn clockwise instead of counterclockwise, because we are one-wheel drive, custom-made one-wheel drive carts. So we'll actually take a two-wheel drive live axle and turn it to one-wheel drive. That's what the 74 is. Matt won the classic of it last year. Its biggest win for the track. Everyone else is joking that it's illegal now because Matt hasn't broke in it yet. So if he's in the lead, don't break. He might be bye-bye. And the track is dark right there in the back stretch. It's a little bit dangerous here. Someone has to turn that light back on. Oh, somebody had a tire down there in 1 and 2. Caution should come out for that. Oh no! And somebody took out the light in 3. And that's... Oh, it looks like, I don't know exactly what happened there. Kelly Miller sideways or something. Dennis Richmond sideways, and Matt clipped them, and Chris, neither of them could see. This camera is brightened up. The contrast is brightened up. But neither of us could see him until we'd hit him. And this is Chris, the helmet cam guy. That hurt my wrists. That was quite an impact. Travis located the front end of the 6 is all bent out. The bumper on the 43 got bent out, but humans were okay. The machinery took a little beating. Nasty little wreck there. Yeah, I was just mentioning the importance of fixing the lights.
Tire down there.
Light was out in 3. We'll get to the bottom of that.
That got bent up. Yeah, I hit that. Woo! Yeah, did somebody get it? I need a... Wow. You come out of nowhere, there's no light. I hit you. Ow, that hurt. Woo. Wow, I clobbered you. I couldn't even see it until all of a sudden, boom.
I know. Right there.
It was dark. Why was it so dark right there? The light went off. Would the light go off? Did the light go off? Why was it so dark? Man, what a night. What, did somebody hit this? Somebody took out the light here. The light. The light was out. Light's out in 3. That's why it was so dark. I hit the 6. This is all bent up now, but yeah, somebody pulled it out, I think. Somebody went up the track and pulled it out. Or broke it, one of the two.
What is it?
A light. The light cord. There's the end. Now where's the other end?
There might have been a cut in the wire behind me.
Is it a cut? Oh, I got unplugged. Of all the things here, man, oh man. Son of a bitch. Got it. Yeah, it got pulled out.
Got pulled out?
Yep.
Holding that light up.
Still a black part. You're ahead of me, right? I got in the wreck. Were you in the wreck?
I was in the I was involved.
Okay.
Where do I go? I run up in front of you, behind you, or what?
Probably, it's up to you.
I'll go behind you.
All right. Because I don't know where it is. Stalled. Of all the fucking things. No, that wouldn't have hit it. Fucking bitch. What the hell? Man. I don't know, I got on the gas and I just stalled. I hope it didn't shake something up because I hit Dennis pretty hard when it was black in the back turn back there. Okay, I guess all right.
Race is resuming after that long intermission. I went ahead and kept the footage on there because it's interesting to see us all trying to fly in the light and bang the 43 stalled, all kinds of stuff. Oh, and Travis there. Travis has got a little bit of an illegal jump, so I should let him know. When the leader passes 4, then we can move. Other than that, you gotta stay in line. But we don't have starters, so it's kind of hard to police it. You can be penalized in hindsight, though, so do be mindful of that. I'll kind of be handed out for that. But 43 here, Chris is struggling. 43 is not keeping up with the pack. Chris again had to go get another battery. He's got 3 batteries for his GoPro. 2 of them aren't that great. One of them, we'll keep the good one in there for now. And Greg Blanchard, who had to drop out in the 33C, had a problem, I guess. And he is taking a additional shot from turn 4. Coming right out of the front stretch, coming out of turn 4. Formerly known as Who's Garden. He's that garden right there. We've had a few people enter it before. Nick and Lee looking for his second career win. He's had an all-rookie race, makeup race win. So he's had 2 feature wins overall, but we count official wins are when full crowds are in, veterans, everyone is in the race. It's an official feature. Chris again is falling behind the 43, not keeping up, and that is going to have to give that car to TLC. I don't think Kevin, Chris and Matt's cousin Kevin, is not only taller than he weighs a lot more than Chris and Matt. And Nick is broken maybe. But Kevin would not be able to keep up with him at all as he weighs more than Chris. And Chris ain't doing anything in that 43, as you can see. He's falling behind. It makes the helmet cam footage fairly boring when he's too far away from the rest of the pack to see what's going on. Most of the carts are close, but every once in a while one will require a little extra attention. And the 43 will need it. Nick is waving us off. There's only a couple laps to go, 2 laps to go. This puts Matt again in the lead. And I don't know if Matt passed anyone in the race. That's the kind of night it's been. Where if you can just stay on the track, don't crash. Actually, Chris and Matt both got into a crash. Still survived it. Now they are 1st and 3rd respectively. So I'm coming out Nick. One finally broke. That's the 3rd breakdown of the night for Nick. Frustrating for him as he was doing great. Had a shot at possibly both features, especially this one. He was leading. And as we know, at Gallettas, it's on our track with our karts that break close. The track conditions makes it pretty tough to pass. It's not impossible, but you'll note there's not a ton of passing. It requires perfect timing and skill to get passes. So it's tough to do, and Nick probably, if he didn't break, would have held on for that win, I imagine. So there's only a handful of laps to go. This is a 20-lapper. First one was a 25 lapper. In hindsight, maybe we should have kept it just 140 lapper or 130 lapper, because the carts are dropping like flies about midway through feature 2, and the drivers are dropping like flies too before the start of the feature. So we probably should have just had 1 feature. The drivers tend to like twin features. Usually we'll have 2 different winners, although a few times we did twin sweeps. I think Chris, Matt, and I believe Keith Raymond of Good Guys Barbershop also swept a twin feature night. Actually, his 1st and 2nd wins come on the same night of all things. He had been a long-time racer that was breaking many times in the lead. He finally did break the 2 features in a row in one goal. Travis Bartlett on the restart here, looking to find a way around Matt. That's really a tall task, though. Matt is when he has the lead, he's usually got a stranglehold on it. There isn't a heck of a lot of people that have passed Matt in the lead. Once he gets that lead, probably 2 of them right there are Chris and Kelly Miller. Not a heck of a lot of people have done it. Matt is tough to pass. Travis, obviously, a good driver. And if he found a way around, he probably could. The light went out again. This is just one of these nights. There's no full moon. Usually we blame it for many years that Gallettas, we say, maybe we shouldn't race on a full moon. Some crazy stuff happens. No full moon out today. It's June 14th, 2020. No full moon. But, man, it seems like a full moon out there with all the little quirks going wrong. Doesn't Looking for a good opening video. There's the lights there. I believe that's Nick. Was able to find the cord, got yanked out somehow. Just one of those nights where little things go wrong. Starter Wesley James Trevor Steve. He needs some help, ladies and gentlemen. If anyone wants to help him, flag, count laps, anything like that, he has Parkinson's. Although I think he uses that as an excuse. Before he was diagnosed with Parkinson's, he had a hard time counting the laps. It's not I've done it before. It's not easy. But he is getting sick of doing it. He needs some help. Chris got a better restart there. But still, when Travis pulling away from him, the 43 something, the motor's go off. The fact that Chris has many years of experience is the only way to keep up with these two guys because they are moving pretty good. Actually, this is the best that the 43 has moved all night. I think that was the white is the checker. From this, yeah, it's the white. Checker is coming. Sometimes Wes does not give us the white, and suddenly we got the checker sticking us in the face, and it's like, where was the white? There's the checker, Wes Stevens. Was able to get it done. Matt Stevens with the win, 2 for 2 inherited wins. Travis Bartlett almost got the win of the first one, and got second in the second. Chris Stevens, and then everyone else dropped like flies. This puts a two-way tie for the lead with Matt Stevens and Travis Bartlett in the opening week of the points. Chris Stevens, Nick, Andrew, by benefit of having many lead laps in the first one, Kelly Miller, and the rest. So, hope you enjoyed the opening week. 25th point season at Galletta's Greenhouse. We got lots of bonus footage for you if you want to keep watching. Boring, but get some bonus footage after the checkered flight.
Man, this got bent up hitting Dennis. It got pushed way back. Whew. I don't know how anyone drives this thing. It has no hip bar. I had to put a bunch of cushions down there. I was starting to handle it better, but it still didn't have much. Yeah. How slow as molasses, I got third just by not braking.
We have hundreds of videos.
It's one of those crazy nights when they all do that.
On YouTube, all of which are on our website, embedded in all of our pages. We have all of our races from, say, 1990s. There's more that we can find. We got to look for them and then find adapters, and then we can put more older races up. But we have pretty much every race from about 2005 to current in complete form, taken from our libraries. We have videotape. We have DVD.
Travis almost got that one.
Almost.
What now?
Horsepower to pull it off.
What now? What happened before? Because what I saw is I saw Travis like sideways or something, and then you what exactly happened? I only saw the tail end.
He spun out.
He spun out, and then you
and I tried to
missed to avoid. Okay.
And
In the first one. He almost won. If he didn't spin, he probably would have had it.
Oh, I told him he didn't have to.
Yeah, didn't have to push so hard.
Hold your line.
Boy, when the lights went out, I could see nothing but sparks under the 5. I could just spray me with sparks.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the chain hitting the rocks was out.
We have HD, we got a lot of footage, and we have it all on our YouTube channel. So, hope you enjoy, subscribe, and if you live anywhere near Oswego, New York, summer Sundays, come on out.
So who was it that hit over here? A few people went off, but I think Kelly's flip.
Kelly and Travis got in the tangle.
Yeah, they got in the tangle. Travis spun out, and Kelly flipped violently.
Plastic right there. Something hit it in that one spot and it tore.
Well, when you got the tires are too close to the track, and then it makes you flip. I don't know. I'm not sure if Kelly would have flipped if the tires weren't here. Is it?
I was hoping no one would hit the plastic because we just changed.
Is it torn?
The plastic, obviously, we're not going to change the whole sheet. This room gets too hot if you don't have a fan. That's weird. The purlin got jostled so hard it knocked baskets down.
Well, he flipped. I mean, I hope I got it on my camera, but I don't think I did. I think my camera ran out of battery before then.
Busted a bunch of laughing.
He hit hard. His ribs. His ribs were sore. It was a violent crash.
There was just an impact.
And missed it. She said maybe she got it. Sometimes she thinks she misses it, but she gets it like in the frame, and she didn't. There was the leaders. They were in the lead. Usually she focuses on the leaders unless there's like a good battle going on. Then she sometimes focuses on that. But most of the time she'll get the leaders. And then most of the time you can get that kind of stuff unless some crash happens in the back. Like your big crash. Your big crash happened in the back that one year in 2007. So that's why no one got it. We had 2 cameras. Neither of them got it. He must have hit a post right here. Or the tire. The mud. There's mud splatter all over. So it's a chance that the tire flew up and hit that. Hit it real hard on the pole. Because they got some weight to them. They got them flinging at you. I remember I got hit with one in the race. It's heavy.
Number 7 driver, he hit the treehouse once.
Did he? Is that why the tire come out there? Almost hit that.
Hit it